Elden Ring fans will return to the lands between this summer with the release of the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. From Software's major new expansion to its 2022 open-world action role-playing game promises an all-new story, with new enemies to face and new weapons, armor, and spells to equip. After more than 2 years, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree will send players somewhere new, the Land of Shadow, for what promises to be a challenging adventure. From Software's DLC typically contains the developer's hardest bosses and enemies, so expect a major test of abilities. And while From Software is keeping many details about Shadow of the Erdtree under wraps, here's what we know about the DLC, based on its reveal trailer. When does Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree release? From Software and Bandai Namco will release Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree on June 21, 2024. The expansion will be released on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series 10, and PC via Steam, just like the original Elden Ring. Where is Shadow of the Erdtree set? How do you access the DLC? The events of Shadow of the Erdtree take place in a new space known as the Land of Shadow. According to game director Hidetaka Miyazaki, that new land is an entirely separate, physically separate map that technically occupies the same space as the lands between. In other words, expect an alternate reality version of the world, similar to Dark Souls' Artorias of the Abyss and Bloodborne's The Old Hunters add-ons. Miyazaki also told Eurogamer that the Land of Shadow is From Software's largest expansion to date in terms of overall volume. Image. From Software, Bandai Namco. Miyazaki says that Elden Ring players can access Shadow of the Erdtree's Land of Shadow by visiting Miquella's cocoon. In Elden Ring, that cocoon is only accessible after defeating Moj, Lord of Blood, in Mohgwyn Palace. Mohgwyn Palace can be accessed by a gateway teleporter in the consecrated snowfield or by using the Pureblood Knight's medal given by White Mask Beret at the end of his questline. In other words, Elden Ring players will need to have advanced far into the game to access Shadow of the Erdtree. What's the story of Shadow of the Erdtree? Players will follow in the footsteps of Empyrean Miquella and trace his journey to the Land of Shadow, which From Software describes as a place obscured by the Erdtree where the goddess Marika first set foot. Players will encounter other characters who are also following Miquella, but have ulterior motives. Miyazaki likens the player's journey of trailing Miquella to following the blessings from the sites of grace in the lands between. What's new in Shadow of the Erdtree? In addition to a new land, which Miyazaki says will be filled with large-scale legacy dungeons as well as small to medium-scale dungeons, players can expect new boss battles, new types of enemies, and new weapons, armor, and other equipment.